Mung, I'm back. I'm afraid we're still no closer to finding Big G.
I see. Well, I'm just sorry for the trouble.
Who is this Big G anyway?
I guess I should start at the beginning. My home was in the vicinity of Wuwang Hill. In my youth, I had a good many friends there. Big G was one of them. We were the best of friends. Inseparable, really. But one day, there was an accident I've never forgotten. Too many memories, I suppose. I often return to Wuwang Hill. But recently, after one such visit, I started to feel strange. Now, every night, Big G appears in my dreams. I can't help but wonder, did I disturb him somehow? Perhaps. I don't have proof, but I can't stop worrying. I get more anxious every day. How would I ever come to terms with my childhood friend becoming an evil spirit?
That's why he joined Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. In place of a salary, I'm helping him deal with this matter. And in fact, what Mung has said is entirely plausible. Spirits on occasion do find a way into our world. But as for evil spirits, I think you're scaring yourself. Even I have only encountered malevolent forces a handful of times.
But are you sure there's no danger? I couldn't bear for him to go around harming people.
You see what I mean? Look at the state of him. If we can't find Big G, it'll eat away at Mung forever. Those people we found today were also Mung's childhood friends. I thought there was a good chance Big G might have hidden among them. But here we are, empty-handed.
Wuwang Hill, childhood friends? Seems like we're out of leads.
Sorry, excuse me. Is this Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? My name's Luo Chung. I've had this awful feeling recently, like something's staring at me. Some of my friends and I went to Wuwang Hill the other day on a dare. After I returned home, I fell ill. I've been having recurring... I think that it's a curse, right?
Say no more. There's no doubt it's a demonic curse, all right.
You believe so too? And if the curse isn't lifted, the symptoms I'm having are just like those described in the tales.
Wuwang Hill? No, I don't think it was a curse. It was probably just Big G.
Hold your horses, both of you. There's no need to creep each other out.
Isn't that exactly what you like to do, though?
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor specializes in demonic stuff like this, right?
All right. Don't panic. Leave it to me. You've come to the right person. However, in order to lift the curse, we need a suitable location. And come with me, my trusty assistants. I'm going to need your help.
I guess I'll come...
Help him make the preparations first. The incense exorcism, the one I taught you. When you're ready, come and find me. Once we've finished with this, we'll get back to the Big G matter.
Okay, I guess.
Right. Let's go.
Let's roll!
Let me scribe. There is no escape.
All right, new toys for the boys.
rituals are you gonna perform here?
No ritual at all. We just need to kill some time.
Eh?
Wait, you didn't take all that vengeful God's curse stuff seriously, did you? They were eradicated ages ago. You saw those two. One thinks he's been cursed, and the other one believes his friends turned into an evil spirit. It's hard to reason with them. Now you see why I believe that ordinary folks should be kept in the dark. I've seen too many people lose their senses on account of things like this. If you want to calm them down, you need to convince them with something tangible. And the best way to do that is to make a great show of destroying the boogeyman they believe in before their very eyes.
Sounds like that might work. If you were trying to cheer up a 3-year-old. Why would you ask that? Paimon just wants to know why we can't tell everyone the truth.
Because you can't guarantee that telling an ignorant person the truth will improve the situation instead of exacerbating it. What I can do is pretend to pull back anyone who believes their time is nigh. But since the curse is imaginary, our fix will also be make-believe.
Makes sense. But why would anyone believe that it's a curse?
Do you know the history of the Yaksha? They once fought against the ancient gods. They fought brilliantly in a battle that engulfed the whole world in darkness. Although the gods were defeated in the end, their resentment persevered. That resentment turned into a pestilence spreading amongst the ordinary folk. Hysteric people mistook it for the curse of the gods. The plague took the lives of many, which only furthered its spread, as the dead were a breeding ground for the disease. Then someone discovered how to prevent it from spreading, purify the air, and burn the bodies of the deceased. The pioneers of these practices were, you guessed it, the founders of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Paimon didn't see that coming. Really?
Yes. Anyway, it took many years, but eventually the plague was completely eradicated. We've dealt with similar phenomena multiple times throughout the ages. Each time we successfully restored the balance between life and death. To sum it up, we are gatekeepers, guarding the border for the sake of both the living and the dead. So when I say this curse is just a figment of the imagination, I say it with more certainty than most. But I also can't really go telling people that the ancient plagues were real, or it would incite panic. Anyway, let's wait a bit more and get ready for the show. This ley line monolith will make for a really great prop. Oh, you're finally here! We just finished our preparations. Now, look here. This device is used to drive away, but don't worry. The traveler here is a seasoned warrior and will assure our safety. Oh, right. I forgot to tell you. It'll be fine.
Will that really solve my problem?
Trust the director. She might look like a weirdo, but she's serious about everything she does.
How can you call me a weirdo? I mean, wouldn't you say it's more charmingly naive? Or... All right, let's get down to business. My glamorous assistant, please activate the device.
Is it really possible to materialize the curse?
Shadows of fate! Incinerate!
I'm counting on you!
Attaboy!
Delve into destiny! Illusion shattered! How are you feeling? Did the curse...
Yes. I can't express how grateful
Great. This exorcism device? People like you wouldn't recognize it, but it and those were real. So riddle me this.
The curse wasn't. Then why was I sick?
Well, you caught a cold, ate something bad?
How unexpected.
I also did.
Don't mention it. Human life is short.
Wow. I shall head back.
I feel relieved to see that it wasn't Big G's doing. Since we are done with the matter at hand, can we resume our search for Big G?
I believe he found us first.
Big G?
I didn't mean to bother you. Any of you.
This is Big G? He's just a...
Well, he is a spirit. It's quite normal that he looks just like he did when he left this world.
That's not what Paimon imagined when Paimon first heard the name Big G.
Let's bring him back to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. We have much to do.
After all that's happened, Paimon's not even sure what's going on anymore.
Actually, I'm not surprised in the slightest. Remember what I said? There's only so many evil spirits in this world. It was a twist of fate that made him leave Wuwang Hill in the first place. Now, for some reason, he can't go back.
This explanation sounds a bit far-fetched to Paimon.
Actually, she pretty much summed it up.
Huh?
Don't ever question my professional instincts.
I just wanted to check up on my friends. That's why I came to Liyue Harbor. I promise I wasn't up to any mischief. I never wanted to scare anyone. A few days ago, some people came to Wuwang Hill on a dare. I heard them saying they'd come from Liyue Harbor, so I followed one of them back and ended up here.
It must have been poor Lo Chung that you followed. Maybe he didn't notice you, but he could still feel your presence. Now we know what caused his nightmares.
I was discovered?
Well, I assume so, otherwise he wouldn't have been scared half to death.
Yeah, Hu Tao and Meng were searching for you all over the place.
Oh, that's because I couldn't find them. It's my first time in Liyue Harbor, and I got lost in the city.
Now that you mention it, Big G always had a poor sense of direction. When we were kids, he'd never go down the hill by himself. We always had to lead him.
So, all of this was just because you got lost? Why didn't you just fly? Like any other ghost or spirit? Don't you think it's much easier to find your way from up above?
I can't. It's too high for me.
That's right, yes! He used to be so afraid of heights that he wouldn't even so much as look down the hill. You haven't changed a bit.
I knew I wasn't supposed to show myself to the living, and with so many people walking around Liyue Harbor, my only choice was to hide. I wouldn't have found you if it weren't for the leyline monolith's call.
I'm so relieved that you haven't become an evil spirit.
Like I said, don't ever doubt my professional instincts. Now, all we have to do is escort this lost child back to Wuwang Hill, and we should be done and
But he just said he wanted to visit his friends. Apart from me, there's also Little Wu, Mumu, and Songzi.
Well, if that's the case, we can't let him down. Meng and I will escort Big G back to Wuwang Hill. You meet with those three and ask them for keepsakes to symbolize each one of them during the ritual, then come and find us.
They're all friends. Can't we just go there all together? Or maybe we can take Big G to them.
That's not a good idea. I don't want to scare them.
I wouldn't want ordinary folks to become superstitious. The less they know, the better. So be careful what you say when you collect the keepsakes.
Are we really going with Hu Tao's plan? At least by keeping things low-key, we won't be giving anyone nightmares.
Catch me.
Hi!
Oh, you. Sorry, I won't be needing the funeral parlor's services anytime soon. Yes, we grew up together. We still keep in touch even now. I don't know why he started work, but he must have had his reasons. He's on his own now, after all. Did he tell you about it?
Yeah, he did. If you could pick one thing to give to Big G as a keepsake, what would you choose? Just, theoretically speaking. We're just being hypothetical.
I'd cook something for him. Oh, he could eat spicy food like no other. His favorite meal was extra spicy Jueyun chili chicken. I can make it for you if you bring me some Jueyun chilies. I'm sure he'd appreciate the flavor.
Deal! Just give us...
Jueyun chilies are a common sight in Liyue. Great, this should be enough. I'll get started on the Jueyun chili chicken. I guess you've got other folks to track down? When everyone's ready, I'll get the...
Great! See you later! How did he...
Can't catch me. Can't catch me.
Not you again.
Mung told us about you. You're good friends, right?
That's true, yes. Come to think of it, I remember he did join Wangsheng Funeral Parlor recently. It didn't take long for his good friends to figure out why. The Big G incident. But I know there's nothing we can say to help him get over it. Letting go of the past is... So, is Big G the reason you're here to see me?
How did you know? We didn't even say anything.
I'm a businessman. I've got a sixth sense for this kind of thing. Everyone hears the name Moo Moo and thinks I must be dim-witted. I never heard the end of it when I set up shop. But I'd say I proved a few people wrong. Here, take this. It's a top-of-the-line toy box we all dreamed of owning as kids. Back then, none of us could afford it. We were penniless. Today, business is booming. I ended up buying loads of these. It was a dream come true.
Wow, you must be like super rich.
For me, it's a memento of a childhood long gone. Without it, we wouldn't be where we are today. So, having found me, I guess you'll be looking for Little Wu and Songza next.
Mm-hmm. We already saw Little Wu. Now we gotta find Songza.
I see. If it's Songza you're after, let's meet at the overpass at Feiyun Slope. I've got an errand to run. I'll come find you as soon as I'm done.
here?
Reminiscing about old times, thinking back to past events.
Our hometown was completely destroyed in a disaster, so we've got nowhere to go back to. Now, home is wherever friends are.
They've just been telling me you're looking for keepsakes. I make artisan sail lanterns down by Liyue Harbor. I guess they represent me better than anything. A few days ago, I bought some quality plastrite shards. I've already spoken to the manager. Could I ask you to retrieve them for me?
Seems like you already know what's going on. Be back in a jiffy. Hi, we're here to pick up the plastrite shards for Sansa.
I think she mentioned it. Yeah, the plastrite shards are over in that crate there. Please, help yourselves.
Doesn't seem like they're here. Let's look someplace. These look like what Sansa was talking about. Let's head back.
My thanks to both of you. This looks like great stuff. Okay, there we go. I wrote all 5 of our names inside the lantern. You know, during the annual lantern rite, no matter what the days may bring, whichever roads we choose to take, while this rite remains observed, each of us remains the same.
As for the matter of Big G, the 3 of us have discussed amongst ourselves and agreed we won't press you on it.
But if you get the chance, please let him know we're doing well, and that the things we once spoke of, they've all come to pass.
Thank you. We'll pass it on. Big G is lucky to have friends like you. We got everything we need. Let's go to Wuwang Hill.
You're back already? Sooner than I expected. You didn't go spilling the beans, did you, Paimon?
Does Paimon look that unreliable to you?
I'm kidding. Anyway, looks like they were willing to hand over some keepsakes, so I guess they knew the deal. Nevertheless, when it comes to things like ghosts and ghouls, spirits and souls, the one thing everyone knows is you never know what to expect. Which explains why they were reluctant to pry and find out the full story. Which is just as well. Guard the border between life and death. This is Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's most important responsibility. And I'm stricter than most.
So what about us? Does it matter if we cross the border?
Of course not. After all, you were caught up in all this already, just like Meng. It's not the end of the world if you catch a glimpse behind the curtain. And where we're going, don't be surprised at what you may see or what may occur. All of it exists within the border between the living and the dead. An ordinary place, really. The only special thing, whatever you do, don't get all worked up over nothing, okay? Or else by the time we're out, I'll have to erase your memories. So listen to everything I say.
I'm scared. But like Huta says, we're already caught up in this. We better see it through to the end.